In a world filled with screens and distractions, we invite you to reconnect with the natural world around you. Welcome to Nature Bound, a podcast dedicated to unpacking the intrinsic bond between humans and nature. We'll uncover the benefits of spending time outdoors, including how a nature-centric lifestyle can improve your mental health, elevate your leadership skills, and unleash your creativity. And now here's your host, outdoor enthusiast, and renowned author of The 7 Principles of the Magic Rock, Emmanuel Rose.
Welcome to this episode of Nature Bound. Excited that it's spring, and with spring brings all kinds of new activities. And out here on the West Coast, it's been early spring, early warmth, and so that's made for some favorable conditions. Earlier this month in March, I was on the North Umpqua River in the fly fishing only section, and we saw lots of fish. I even hooked a couple of them, and it was really nice time to be outside after the rain stopped. But this episode, we're going to talk about turkey hunting and about I'm going to do a gear dump and talk about the process that I like to follow and what I'm doing this year, even though it's not kind of a typical year for me. So the first thing, since I haven't been able to get out and go scouting and do any hiking, I've been spending time in the gym every morning, which is not my favorite thing, but it is part of the price I must pay to be able to get out and do the run and gun turkey hunting. So that's been part of my preparation since late November. Been in the gym, on the Stairmaster, lifting weights, able to so that I'll be able to hike around without any effect, and hopefully carrying back a 25-pound turkey after a successful hunt. So that's the first thing. Usually what I like to do is I like to get out 3 or 4 weeks before the season, and then 2 weeks before the season, and 1 week before the season to scout and see what the conditions are like, both to see if I can see any birds or bird sign, but then also to see how muddy the ground is, because I like to camp. And if it's too muddy, then it's not any fun to be camping. Where I'm going to be hunting early season in California is around 5,000 feet. And so I do know that the last snowstorm was I think it was about 5 weeks ago. So it should be pretty clear of snow and relatively dry. But I'll have to check. I'm going to make an early morning run on opening day to hunt, and then set up camp after the hunt's done. So that's my plan. Also, in that area where I hunt, there is some very good trout fishing. So my goal is always to get a wild turkey and a wild fish on the fly in the same day, of which I was able to do that last year, and that is just my own little fun. And then the plan on camping out for the night and hunting a second day if I need to, or fishing the next day. So this year is a little bit different, but that's what I'm going to do. And so let's see. So gear dump, turkey hunting gear dump, starts with the feet. And I've got these great boots that are my Upland Game boots. They're Crispies. They got a little rocker in them, so they help with the walking. They're waterproof, very comfortable from day one. I got these last year about this time, and from the first time I put them on until the 14th hour of a hunt, they are comfortable. I highly recommend them. I have a back turkey hunting backpack. This one happens to be a Sitka. I love everything about this Sitka except for it doesn't have much of a spot to actually put the turkey once you seal the deal. So that's my only complaint is that I have to carry the bird over my shoulder, and sometimes we're a couple miles at walking. So one thing I do have is a ratchet pruner, and that is at times you might need to clear a lane to be able to fire from. So that's the purpose of that ratchet pruner. And then if we do end up some place that is mosquito heavy, then I've got some repellent ready for that. And so the method of running and gunning for turkeys is that pretty much hiking around, following stream beds, following logging roads, and while I'm hiking, then I have I'll stop and I'll give a little call, and hopefully we'll hear a response from one or more toms or jakes. And so this is called a box call, very standard traditional call, very easy to use, and that is a critical piece of gear always to have because it helps to locate the animals. And since we're on calls, then I have this other call that's a pot call. I'll get that one out. I'll show you that. This is a little different style. It's like a pen and a piece of paper, and this is just a different way, different sounds. It carries differently, and that's one that I like to. Hopefully, that they're a long way away, so that I can put everything back together in my pack, so that there's no movement when the turkeys get close. I also have a mouth call, which I was attempting. I mean, I've been attempting to use the last couple seasons, but this is a more complicated call, and I still have some work to do with some tutelage from my turkey hunting mentors, and hopefully, maybe by the end of this season, I'll have the ability to use this call, which means it goes in your mouth and it lets you keep your hands free. Also have some sandpaper, which goes for the pot call, and so sometimes you need to rough that up so it makes a little better call. Also, always have a lighter. You never know when you're going to need to build a fire or light another man's cigar. So that is a critical piece of gear also. And inside the vest, I have a lightweight and easy to use pair of binos, so that can take a look at distances at things that look like turkey. Most of the time, it's not a turkey, and but these binos are important to have and good to have. And then inside of that, I also have a small piece of cloth so that I can clean the lenses if I need to. So that's the binos. And then on the other side, we have an extra face mask and gloves. So turkeys have unbelievably good eyesight. They can see any variation in the forest. They do not like to see movement. If they see movement, they're gonna bolt. So I always have extra cover. These are extra gloves, and then this is just a head cover that will go underneath my hat. And this other pocket here, I have some extra shotgun shells, and so fortunately, you only need one or two depending on what the situation is. But my shotgun shoots 3.5-inch shells, and so these are 3.5-inch sixes. So where I'm hunting in California is lead free, and so I've got some 5.6 that are lead free also. So that way we're in compliance with that rule. And the last pocket here, we have This is a crow call, which in some areas you can use the crow call, and the toms will respond to that. That call, or shock gobble, is what they call it, and so you can locate birds that way as well. And that is my fundamental gear dump. The only thing that's missing is the shotgun with a turkey choke on it. That necks down the shot to a very precise width, and that is looking to hit the animal in the neck and head. So it's an instant death, and the deal is done quickly. This gear selection, the reason I have such a precise amount of gear, number one, because I'm going to be carrying it around for sometimes miles at a time. But the other thing is that I had very good mentors who were able to dial in my gear for me and make sure that I had the necessary equipment, but not excessive amount of equipment. So I'm really thankful to both Mark Rivolio and Jim Clark for their support and tutelage in learning this part of upland bird hunting. I think what is the most fun is this part, this planning, touching all the gear, getting ready for the season, and then seeing and hearing the birds is also amazing. And the dance that the toms go through with the presentation of their fan, and that part of the process is beautiful to watch, and I always feel that it's a treat for me to be able to observe and see wild animals in their native spaces doing what they do. So that is really, to me, one of the biggest gifts of hunting. Also, what we're doing when we're turkey hunting is we're asking that tom or those toms, male birds, to do something that's outside their normal process. Usually they gobble and the hens move to them. What we're doing is asking them to move to the hens, essentially. And so it's another level of success when you can get a wild animal do something that they don't typically do. And then, of course, part of the payoff is being able to get that animal, get that turkey, and then enjoy eating that meat. And the wild game meat is the best quality food, I believe, on the planet, and it is always a treat to share the food with friends and family, and that also drives the event. So this year I invited a couple of different hunting friends to come out with me. Nobody else could make it, so I'm headed out by myself. But I'll still have an adventure, and I think this will probably be one of 2 or 3 episodes about turkey hunting in 2026. So I'm going to get some time outside by myself, away from the screens, and I really hope that you find some time to do the same by yourself or with your friends and family. Hope turkey hunting, the turkey hunting pre-hunt gear dump has been enjoyable for you to watch. I'd love to see your comments or get some questions down below, wherever you're watching this or listening to this, and we'll continue the conversation. And in a couple of weeks, I'll let you know how the wild turkey, wild trout day went. Thanks for joining me today, and have a good one. Get outside.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Nature Bound. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast so you never miss a future episode. If you found value in today's episode, please share with someone who needs to hear it. Be sure to purchase your copy of The 7 Principles of the Magic Rock at emmanuelrose.com or on Amazon. We thank you again for joining us today, and remember to get nature bound.